Hello, good morning all. Today in this video we are going to discuss regarding how to add monetary fields in Odoo. So currently in the screen you are seeing Odoo version 15 community edition where we are continuing our Odoo development tutorial. So the point that we will be discussing is about how to add a monetary field in Odoo. So if I go to the sales module, and if I open any of the quotation or sale order, and here you can see we have the total of this sale order is representing with the currency symbol. So here you can see we are getting the dollar sign along with the amount. So this is a monetary field in Odoo. So let's see how we can add such a field inside the hospital module. So if I go to the hospital module, we have appointments, and if I open any of the draft appointment and if I enable the edit mode, you can see we have the option to enter the sales price and its quantity. So in the this line I'll be adding a new field which is of type monetary, which computes the subtotal of this line. So if the sales price is 750 and if I am buying two quantity, the sum should be shown as 1500 USD. So let's see how we can add a monetary field in Odoo. So if I go to the pie chart, here we have the custom add-ons, and here we have the OM hospital module. So let me close my configuration file, and if I go to the models folder, here we have appointment file. So if you check here, you can see this is the appointment model, and inside appointment model we have got a one-to-many field pharmacy line IDs. So this is the one-to-many field, and its core model is appointment pharmacy lines. So I have to go to that model and I have to add the new field inside this model. That is, I have to add new field inside this model. So I will add the field as price subtotal equal to fields dot monetary. So let me search. I'll search inside Odoo source code. If you search for fields dot monetary, you can see this is the name. So I'll copy that and I'll put it here, fields dot monetary. Then you can give a string. So I'll give the string as subtotal. So simply I have added a monetary field in the model. Now what I'll do, I'll add the field in the corresponding view. So I'll go to the views folder, and here we have appointment view.xml. So this is the appointment form view, and if you check, this is the page pharmacy, and here we have the one-to-many field after the quantity. So here we have the quantity. So after the quantity field, I will add the newly added field called price subtotal. So we have just defined a monetary field and added it in the corresponding view. Now what I'll do, I'll just restart the service and I'll try to upgrade the module. So I'll clear the log. So there is some error message, so let me restart. So if you check the log, you can see field appointment dot pharmacy lines price subtotal with unknown currency field name. So as we have added a monetary field, we should tell which currency it has to take. So initially I have told you that the monetary field will have the currency information. It will be showing like USD 15 or 15 euro, like it contains the price or currency information. So currently once we add a monetary field, here we are receiving an error in the log saying that unknown currency field name. So what we have to do, we have to add a currency field inside this model. So what I'll do is that let me copy a sample from the Odoo source code. So here we have Odoo source code, and if I search for currency ID equal to fields dot, let me copy a sample. Yeah, I'll copy this sample, Control C. So I'll explain what I'm doing. So I'll be adding this inside the main model. So I have already just added here. You can see before starting the video, I have just tried that. So what I have done is I have added here a new field of type many to one, which is a many to one field of REST company. So here you can see I have added a new field of type many to one with co-model as res.company, and string is given as company, and I have set the default value as self.env company. So from self.env company we will be getting the current company ID, and I am passing it to the company ID variable, and I have added a related field which is of type many to one to res.currency. So if I go to Odoo. So let me do one thing. I'll explain what I have done. So I have just added like this, and what I'll do, I'll copy this, and I will add a many to one field here also, currency ID, and I'll put like this, many to one related appointment ID dot currency ID. So here I have added a currency ID field, and let's restart and see what happens. So if I go to the UI, let me try to upgrade OIM hospital module. So I'll navigate to the apps menu, and I will upgrade OIM hospital module. So you can see the module has been upgraded. Now if I come back to the appointments, and if I open OP0060, click on edit, and if you switch to the pharmacy, you can see we have successfully added the subtotal field here. But if you check, there is no currency information as we have seen inside sales module. So here you can see it is coming with dollar sign along with field, but the same is not happening inside the appointment module. Here you can see we don't have the currency information. So in order to get the currency information over here, what you have to do is that you have to add the currency field to the corresponding view. So here I'll add the currency field name equal to currency ID, and I'll keep it as invisible for now. So I have just added the currency field invisible to that tree view. So let's upgrade the module and see the difference. So I'll just duplicate this tab, and I will upgrade OIM hospital module. So the module is getting upgraded, and if you come back to the appointments, I will open the same appointment, and if I switch to the pharmacy, you can see the dollar sign is getting appeared currently. Initially we don't have that dollar sign, but right now the field value is coming with the dollar sign, dollar 00. Now what we have to do, we have to just write the compute function to compute the value as sales price into quantity as subtotal. So let's define that compute function also. So here we have the field, so I'll just add compute equal to compute field name price subtotal. I'll copy the field name and I will add here. Now what I have to do, I have to define this function, diff compute price subtotal. I will iterate this over a for loop for rec in self rec dot. I have to compute value to price subtotal, rec dot price subtotal equal to rec dot price unit into rec dot qty, that is, I'm saying the sum of price subtotal is quantity multiplied by price unit, and I have set here. Now what I'll do, I'll add the depends for the compute function at the API depends. This function has to depend on price unit field as well as the 𝐿TY field. So we have successfully added the compute function. So let's restart and upgrade the OIM hospital module. So I'll go here and I'll upgrade OIM hospital module. So you can see the module has been upgraded. Now if I open OP0060 and if I switch to the pharmacy, you can see the value is coming as 1500 USD. So if I click on edit and if I change the quantity to 10, you can see the value is getting changed. So this is how we can add a monetary field in Odoo. Simply what you have to do is that just define a field, fields dot monetary. Make sure that we have a currency field. in the model. So if you are defining this currency field in a separate name, suppose I don't need currency ID. If I am putting it as company currency ID, so there might be case where we have multiple currency field in our model. Suppose there might be a case where we cannot use the key currency ID. So here I have specified company currency ID, and in the view also I'll change it to company currency ID. So let's see what happens right now. So I'll just restart and let me clear the log and let me try to upgrade the module. So you can see we are receiving internal server error. So if you check the code here, you can see field appointment pharmacy line price subtotal with unknown currency field name. So as we have changed the technical name, it should not know from where we have to take the currency information. So for that we have a attribute called currency field. So if I search for currency field inside Odoo source code, you can see we have a sample. So I'll copy that, and along with the field definition of monetary, I can specify which currency has to be taken. So here I can specify company currency ID. So along with field definition, I have added one more attribute called currency field as company currency ID. So I'm saying I need to take currency from this field. So let's try to upgrade the module right now and see. So initially we were receiving error, and if I refresh, you can see the error has been disappeared. Now I have to upgrade the module. So I'll go to the apps menu and I will upgrade OM hospital module. So you can see the module has been upgraded. Now if I come to the appointments, edit, pharmacy, you can see the currency information is visible here. So just keep an eye of currency field. So if you have the currency as currency ID, that is, if the technical name of the currency field is currency ID itself, there is no need to explicitly specify the currency field, because system will directly take. That is, if I didn't specify currency field attribute along with that field, system will take currency ID as currency field. But if you don't have currency ID field, and if you didn't set currency field along with the field, system will not understand how to take the value. So currently I'll set this here. So you will not forget the currency field attribute. So this is not necessary to specify if it is currency ID, and invisibly I have added that field to the view. And one more thing that I have to say is that here, if you check the main model, this is hospital dot appointment. Here I have added two fields. One is company ID, which is res.company, minute one of company, and default value is self.env company. So let me go to the appointment view. So this is appointment view, and I'll add those two fields to the view. So if I add company ID, and let me add currency ID field. So I have just added those two new fields to the view, and let me upgrade the module. So still the video is not finished. We have one more thing to discuss, that is widget monitoring. So try to watch the video fully. So you can see we are receiving an error because I think we have changed company currency ID to currency ID. So I have to update that over here also. That may be the error. So let's try to upgrade the module once again. So you can see the module is getting upgraded and there is no error. So if I try to open appointment, or I'll try to create a new appointment, here you can see two newly added fields, that is company ID, and the default value is coming as your company. So here you can see my current company is your company. So the field is taking the default value as the current company, because we have given self.env company. So once we learn Odoo environment, we have specified that self.env company will give the current company, and I am setting it as a default value for the company field. Then regarding the currency field, you can see it's fields.minute1 of res currency, which is a related field of company ID. So if you open the company. So I'll click on here, and you can see inside company we have currency USD. So I'm setting company currency as default currency here. So in the main model we have currency which is coming from the company. Then inside the one to many, what I have done is, so inside one to many also I have defined currency field which is a related field of appointment ID. So this is appointment ID, which is a many to one to the main model appointment ID dot currency ID. So in your case, according to your need, you can just add a currency field and set it as currency field for the monetary field. Then if you are adding these two fields to the view, you have to take care of one thing. So once we add company ID field to the view, so here I have added, so if I take the form view, currently I have added company ID here. So if whenever you add company ID field to the view, you have to specify one group, that is multi company. So you have to specify this group, base groups based on multi company. So once the multi company is enabled, only this will be visible. Similarly for the currency field we have one group called multi-currency. So let me take a sample. I think it's multi-currency. So let me go to the UI, and if I go to the settings, groups, and if you search for multi-currencies, just click on debugger button, click on view metadata, copy this group and add it to the field. So once this functionality is enabled, only this will be visible. Simply along with the field I have added two user groups, that is once the users are added to this user group, this field will be getting visible. So simply understand this key. So for all the company ID field and currency ID field, we will be setting this user group. Just keep in mind that. Then inside one to many also we have currency ID field which we will be keeping it as invisible. So this is how we can add a monetary field in Odoo. So next we will be discussing about the widget monetary in Odoo. So let me upgrade the module after the recent changes to ensure everything is safe and okay. So there is no errors in the upgrade process. So if I open the existing record, you can see currently the currency ID field has been invisible now. So because I haven't activated the multi-currency, so if you go to the invoicing configuration settings, so if you enable the multi-currency feature in the database, multi-currencies, there is some settings, maybe in general settings, I'm not sure, just you can ignore that. So one more thing is that if you come to the invoicing, then to the configuration settings, here we have seen the option to enable the currency, and if I need to go to the currency, you can click on here, and this is the my current currency, that is USD. So if you check here, if I refresh the screen, you can see current currency is USD and the symbol is coming before the amount. Just assume a case, if you need to get the symbol after the amount, you can change it from the currency settings. So here you can see symbol position currently is before amount, and if I'm specifying it to come after amount, click on save, and if you refresh, it will be getting reflected over here. You can see the symbol has been moved to the last, that is first amount then simple. So I'm sharing, you have the option to change it from the corresponding currency. So this will be particular for each currency, and widget monetary, that is monetary field, will be capable of handling those cases. And if you need to change the symbol, instead of dollar, if you need to put as USD, you can set it over here, save, and if you refresh, it will be coming as USD. You can see instead of dollar sign, you are getting USD. So this is the functionalities of a monetary field in Odoo. So the next thing is that let's discuss about the widget monetary. So here we already have the price unit field in the lines. So if I come to the code, to the appointment.py, here you can see we have got a float field, fields.float related product id dot list price. So if you think, or if you have some case where you have to show the currency symbol along with this field, that is you need to show the sales price as $750, what you can do is that along with that field, so here we have the field price unit, along with that field you can add widget equal to monetary. So you can add widget monetary, same as fields.monetary, will specifying widget monetary along with that field. Then if you restart and let's upgrade and see what happens. So from this screen I'll go to the apps menu and I'll upgrade OM hospital module. So you can see the module is getting upgraded. And if you come to the appointments and if you open any of the appointments, click on pharmacy, you can see this is coming with the currency information currently. So once you add widget monetary, you should have the currency id field in the corresponding model. So one more point, currency field, let me search currency field in the code. You can see you have the option to specify currency field in the XML side also. Similarly, I'll copy this, copy, and you can add it as option. Suppose if the currency field name is not currency id, you can explicitly specify the currency field by using options equal to currency field equal to your currency field name, company currency id. So currently my field name is currency id, so I'll give currency field as currency id. So I hope you understood how we can add monetary field, that is fields.monetary, as well as widget monetary, and specifying currency id in the options in the XML and currency field attribute in the model level. So that's it for the day. If you have any doubts, feedbacks or suggestions, don't hesitate to share with as a comment directly under the video. And if you like the video, please do click the like button and support us by having a like, comment and share. So that's all about this video. Have a nice day. Thank you.